Hey folks, welcome back to Dilling's Outdoors. We showed y'all a video of us preparing the garden, I think when it got planted and all, but we haven't done any updates on it, and we were going to share that with y'all. But I had a couple zucchini plants that didn't come up, and I don't mind staggering them, so you get a little bit then, you get a little bit now kind of deal. So we're going to replant a couple of zucchini here. A buddy of mine gave me some seed, and Alex, I'm sorry buddy, I didn't use all your seed, which actually I didn't use any when you give them to me, because then they started coming up, some more popped up. But it's hard to find zucchini. We couldn't even find any this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant a couple more plants right here. I'm gonna do squash the same way. We had some squash that I actually killed when I was doing it all. I sprayed Roundup got in some certain spots, and did kind of hurt stuff. There's our squash plants. As you can see, we got some that are way stronger than others, and I've got a patch just fine and here and there. But actually, when we planted some acorn squash, this is actually some that when I sprayed Roundup, the Roundup kind of got to it. So whether or not it's gonna make, I don't know. It might not, but you know what we're gonna do? Like I said, we planted acorn squash. They never even popped the ground if it was bad seed or what, and we couldn't even find any more seed. I did see some plants, and I should have bought them that day at the feed and seed, but anyway, we got plenty of seed. I buy it by the pound, and a lot of the stuff when I buy it, so we're just gonna go ahead and plant a couple more. So by the time this gets up and gets to going, that'll pretty much be about wrapped, so it'll kind of stagger it, about how we did our sweet corn. I'll show you that in a minute. Kind of planted it the same way. We had an outside road. The deer just got in and slaughtered. They just killed it. They ate it, about ate it to the dirt, and it has bounced back after I had to tie string and kind of deter them from it. I guess worked so far anyway. But we're going to plant a couple more little squash here. Fill in some gaps. So here's what we got going on, folks. Here's the update on the garden. I'll take the camera, my wife's had it. We put up a fence. A buddy of mine showed me this. This is cucumbers. Put up a fence. We make them grow up. I'm gonna try it this year. Looks pretty good so far. We got 2 short rows of peaches and cream, sweet corn. Like I said, that's the squash I just replanted. And we have squash just trying to make. Got squash just making. I actually picked some squash. And I'll go to this side. Got my sprinkler system set up, and then my drip tape line, I'll show you that.
Next couple of days right there.
Yeah, I got some I need to pick. I done picked a couple, but they're starting. Got Blue Lake green beans. That's a full row. That's a full row. This whole row right here ain't nothing but okra. It's kicking in. Silver Queen sweet corn. There's a weak spot in it, which is a whole different ordeal. There's a reason why behind that. It's starting to toss, so I planted another row. The deer actually had mowed it down to the ground, and it is coming back. Now whether it's gonna make, I do not know, but that's why I had to put string up and tie bags to it, as you can see, to deter them. And it's still coming in. You see they're knocking it down, but the sweet corn's starting to tossle. Put little ears on. I replanted these weak spots in the sweet corn on this big row. I did it right here, and what had happened is my neighbor's AC unit runs off of cooling off of water, and it flooded my garden, which everything collected from that spout, flooded all the yard, and all the water collected anyway, and it killed the sweet corn there. That's what was a weak spot. After the issue got fixed, that's a different story, but anyway, it got fixed, and
it was just relocated.
Yeah, it was just relocated. But anyway, I did replant it, and it's trying to come back. But we'll see. You can see where the deer didn't touch the sweet corn when it's that grew, because you can tell the difference in the height of it for where they mowed it down, and then they actually didn't touch this end for some reason. But whether it makes, I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, we're getting the ears starting to put on. So we'll get some out of that. if not, I know that sweet corn there is really pretty, and they ain't touched it, and it's growing good. But I have plenty of okra when it starts. Normal okra gets about 4.5 to 5 foot tall. We'll see if it does it this year again, but yeah, normally my okra plants, yeah, it gets up taller than my wife. So normally they get up to about right here. So we'll see. But green beans, that's a whole different brand of sweet corn. Now we get into these beans, they're doing good. They're in spotties too. I don't understand that. You got spots that are low that don't hardly grow, and if you see they're bushed out and they're trying at this end, but down there they're doing. That got planted later, so that's kind of like a late crop of it. That short row right there before you get to the zucchini.
To help me out.
Yeah, kind of space it out a little bit, but they're taking off. I do got a couple of spotties, but it's growing. And then we did the drip tape. Our biggest thing was to try this year was the drip tape. We planted watermelon, which we've never planted. We have done cantaloupe last year. We made some cantaloupe, but I did it like they do it in the farms, you know, put the drip tape down. I wrapped it up. That's why it's actually working us on right now. We're keeping it just a nice little dampness. I'm putting fertilizer around the base of it because I have no way like the farmers do to mix it in with my water. So I put some 10-10-10 and lime and just kind of keep it around the roots of it to help it. But it's working. And I got a gap because a couple of them didn't make. There's actually two cantaloupe there that didn't make. But then now here they're looking pretty, got pretty blossoms on them. So, and then we got a regular jalapeno. There's 3 plants there. Regular big boy tomatoes. I had 3 of them, only 1 survived. The other 2 got that fungus, I guess, disease in it. It died, I pulled them up. 2 cherry tomatoes, which we're already getting some along off of them. And then we got mild, no heat jalapenos, and I got 3 of them. And they're loaded with peppers right now. Actually, there's gonna be 2 or 3 that's gonna be picked, or can be picked. But we're getting there's actually a cherry tomato down there that can be picked. But see the beans here on this end, for some reason they've taken off. They're already starting to bind up and look pretty and getting big and bushy on this end right here, and it stops, and it's kind of spotty, but they'll all kick in. So this is the drip tape rig we did. My buddy that does watermelons and stuff, or used to, he didn't do it this year. He gave me enough drip tape. Let me see, I can get my shadow here. Yeah, it already popped. He gave me 2 couplings, but I just got done fixing that. But I rigged it, made it where to go, and I got a valve there to adjust my pressure so I don't blow it. That's what I was planning, and taped it so it don't get touched. Hooked up to a regular garden hose, and then it runs down to my ordeal we did from the sprinklers, where I can turn that on to do that, my drip tape, or I can shut that off, and then I get all my pressure to my sprinklers. When I turn that valve, it cuts my sprinklers on. So, but that is the update on the garden, and it is growing. It's looking good. I can't complain. Certain years I've had a little bit better. One of the main reasons it's not as good this year is because I was not able to get chicken manure. I will tell you, a lot of people don't like it, don't like the smell, but in a small garden you can't smell it. But that is a world of difference I have found out in the years of planting. If you can get your hands on chicken manure and put chicken manure out in your beds and then plant it, man, oh man. I've noticed in the last 2 years I haven't been able to get any, and I was going in some of these farmers and just getting 5-gallon bucketfuls and doing it how I was doing it. But this year last year I wasn't able to, and this year I wasn't able to. I got some squash down on there. There's a pretty little squash. There's one buried there, and I think she said there was one up in there somewhere. But actually that one probably I don't know, that can be picked. So here, we'll go ahead and pick this one, because this is when I like them. You fry these things up and they get that nice and tender and that small. Straight neck squash, that's perfect. That right there is perfect. So we'll give that one back there another day. Actually, it could be picked just to be picked, but I might go ahead and pick it. To me, it's when I like them when they're small. They're tender, especially when you fry them, or definitely when you go to stew them, you want them small. So, you know, That's perfect frying size, especially stewing size. And your seeds ain't big and ain't tough, but anyway, that is the update on it. Hope y'all enjoyed. We get to doing some more work, the beans and everything. We'll walk y'all through that process. But we knew we didn't do an update on the garden since we planted it and got everything together. So we figured we'd give y'all a look over it now that everything's up and planted. So hope y'all enjoy. It is Sunday Fun Day. We do have our pit boss smoker. She's smoking, so we got ribs. We hadn't done ribs in a while, and we'd skipped 2 Sundays. When the first week I was sick, and the second week we just had so much going on. It was just mayhem. So the boat still tore up. Same thing. Since we went on our camping trip, we stayed. We did the video. I had gotten the cheapest part I had gotten and put on. That didn't fix it, and it's the stator. So now I've got to order a stator and put another stator on it, which will be the second one I've had to put on it. But we'll go from there. It's always something. So, but hope y'all enjoyed the little video. Y'all stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe button, the like button, hit the notification bell. Feel free to leave comments, especially if anybody can tell me why your power pack and a stator keeps going out on a boat. Please, please, please leave a comment, email me, anything. I'm up for any advice on it, or why the boat would do that, or what causes that. So, oh, and here's our other 3 tomato plants. Regular big boy tomatoes. That one says wilting. Them are pretty. That one's wilting. It just started it. I don't know why. It's some kind of fungus, but if it continues before it spreads that one, I'll just pull it up and throw it away. And then we have 3 more regular jalapenos, and then all asparagus. Asparagus goes from anywhere from 1 year old, 2 years old, and 3 years old. We have not yet cut the first piece of asparagus off of it, and plus it's spreading it. We plant some new every year, but it's also spreading itself. So, but we have not even cut the first stick off of it yet. And the oldest is actually 3 years old asparagus, and it comes back every year, and it's taller than you think. I'm holding it up, but it's actually probably almost 6 foot tall, some of it. But anyway, I didn't mean to jump off of that. But yeah, if anybody has a comment why your stator and your power pack goes out on your boat and what can cause it, please, please, please let me know. I'm up for any advice of what could be causing it, because this will be like it's actually the 3rd power pack, and this would be the 2nd stator, and I think this go around too. I might end up having to buy another power pack with the stator, because I think it all took everything out together. So, and I won't know until I get the stator, crank it up, run it, and see if I'm getting fired all my cylinders again, or if I don't, then yeah, I'm gonna have to replace the power pack too. But anybody got any comments, like I said, feel free. Please, please, please let me know. I'm up for any information that could help me out from stopping this from happening again, hopefully. But like I said, hope y'all enjoy. Y'all stay tuned for more.